Hello all, I'm Sam, a member of the Midnight Magic crew. I've been tasked to sit here and tell you a story, specifically the entirety of the Magic the Gathering lore. Now, Magic at its most simplest is primarily a strategy card game, but if you do take the time, you can find a very intricate, interwoven story that started from its inception by Richard Garfield and then published by Wizards in 1993, and that has spanned all the way up until this very day. 21 years of lore is obviously a pretty significant amount, so it will be broken up into easily digestible episodes, where you will have the choice to listen to my voice and experience my face, if you so please. I've aimed to make the storytelling a little more interesting by sinking into the role of the Planeswalker in the actual multiverse. I felt this saved us from having to listen to me basically sit here and reel off history, places, events in a very detached manner, and hopefully this will make it more engaging and just simply entertaining. Due to the enormity of this lore though, I will be abridging it in my own words, with the intellectual rights staying to Richard Garfield and Wizards of the Coast. If you're interested in finding out more about the lore, or anything that is pertained in any of the episodes, there will be links included in the bottom that can help kind of deepen your understanding of what's going on and people, places, that kind of thing. Or you could buy more Magic cards, since many of them have snippets of flavour text in the little boxes at the bottom. I don't work for Wizards, but I'm just saying that, you know, buying more Magic cards, that's pretty much a win-win. Where's the fault in that? So let's begin. We will start where Magic the Gathering is situated, in this thing we call the Multiverse. Planeswalkers. Our kind is privy to a wondrous type of knowledge and experience. We know the world we stand on is nothing but a grain of sand of an infinite beach that constantly ebbs and is never at a standstill. This is the Multiverse. A compilation of universes, or as some simply call it, Dominia. The multiverse contains absolutely everything you can imagine, and everything you cannot. Where everything will be, and already has been. Here, worlds are held, the planes, the grains on the beach. Planes range from the intense, where raging fire pulsates through the veins of mountains and crags, to then erupt from their volcanic peaks, to the plain nature has overrun with ferocious jungles and an endless expanse of forests, to a plain where civilization and cities have overruled nature, where grand architecture stands supreme. Others are endless, an empty expanse, the coldest voids of absolutely nothing. A plane can even be constructed from shimmering metal, where the light from the suns reflects on its surface and returns a spectrum of colour to our eyes. They are boundless, these planes, and they are as varied as the species that inhabit them. Something so awe-inspiring, it's difficult, to say the least, to truly understand. What we do know, however, from our experiences, is that the planes have a single unifying feature: mana. Mana is the fuel of magic, the energy that is as vital to us planeswalkers as oxygen. So too does this apply to the lands. It is their arcane blood. Some are rich and plentiful with mana. Here magic is powerful and simply expected, sometimes working hand in hand with technology created by the natives, sometimes working against it. On others, mana is feeble, where magic is scarce, perhaps even feared. We have access to the blood of the worlds, and with it, we have the ability to perform acts beyond comprehension. Of course, each planeswalker is adapted to the specific types of mana he or she chooses to specialise in, whether it ranges from the light-infused mana of honour and glory, the nature-endowed green mana of vitality and wrath, the fire-wreath mana of passion and fury, the death-clutch black mana of finality and darkness, or the mind-fueled blue mana of knowledge and intellect. Most of us draw from a combination of these, harnessing them for our own purposes. Our gift has not only enlightened us with an expanded scope to see the other planes, it has also offered us a bridge to transverse across to and from them. In the spaces between the worlds, tethering one to another, is Aether, the material of the multiverse itself, which serves as our walkway. We call it the Blind Eternities. Within this place is an expanse of raw, unrefined, unharnessable, and fierce energy, and it is manifested as little more than insanity. Time is meaningless, space is unobservable, our senses are blunted. Yet, we transfer this chaos nonetheless to eventually emerge in an entirely new place, worlds away. This is the fundamental ability shared between us all, the capability to planeswalk. Trudging across that mad bridge is certainly worth it though. We get to connect to lands unimaginable to the average beings, and come across thousands of different races and cultures, making allies and enemies all the while. Not to mention outclassing any Archmage anchored to a single plane with an armada of multi-planar spells and talents. This is our multiverse, and as planeswalkers, our place within it. Though it unifies us in many ways, what divides us as planeswalkers is what we are inspired to do with this gift. This is why we are very often locked in magical combat with one another, though granted, mostly this is for fun. The question remains though, what would you do with such an arcane gift? Explore the worlds for research or curiosity's sake, or something a bit more productive, to mine precious metals and minerals? Stake a claim on the plane? Say it is your own? Rule the inhabitants with either benevolence or tyranny? Squeeze a world like a stress ball after a bad day? Or use a planet as a home base for creating a hideous hybrid of decaying flesh and machines to send out into the world to rule all? Whatever it may be, that is entirely up to you. So, I make mention of this gift, but you must be wondering what that is exactly, and how does one obtain it in order to become a planeswalker? How does it work? Why? How? Where? Well, join me next time to discover those answers, as I take the research of one of the greatest minds in the multiverse, a being I couldn't admire more, and we will find out the exact nature of a planeswalker and their spark. But until then, keep releasing your untapped potential.